Today on September 30th, we wear orange shirts to show our support to the Indigenous Canadians who were put through the horrors of residential schools. Residential schools were organizations mainly run by the Catholic and Protestant churches and endorsed by the Canadian government. Together, they opened the first residential school in Ontario in 1831 and took kids from ages 4 to 16. These institutions were full of Native children who were stolen from their parents with the intention to kill the Indian, keep the man, which meant to take away their culture and teach them how the church thought they should be. Over the next 165 years, over 150,000 children, all as young as you are, were taken to these schools, most unaware of what would happen to them while they went.
Orange Shirt Day was started in a town in British Columbia to raise awareness for the hurt and trauma that was put on the First Nations and Métis people of Canada. The story of the orange shirt comes from a woman named Phyllis Webstand. Phyllis was taken from her family and put into a residential school when she was just 6 years old. However, before she went, her grandmother took her shopping where she picked out a brand new orange shirt. She was excited for school and excited to show off her new shirt. However, when she got there, the teachers took all of her clothes, including her brand new shirt. This disrespect that she was shown stuck with Phyllis, and years later, in 2013, she started the Orange Shirt Day Society, which puts money towards helping Indigenous Canadians suffering from the trauma of residential schools. When children first started going to these schools, they thought they would learn new things as well as meet new people. However, when they got there, the children were removed of their families, their identities and cultures were lost, and they were forced to learn English, something they did not know how to do, nor see the reason to learn. While they were in these schools, the teachers made them go to church to learn about the way they should be, or in other words, like the white majority. If a child refused, gave an attitude, or simply did something wrong, they were abused in ways no one should ever be. They were hit, shamed, embarrassed, did long chores not meant for a child, and were hurt in ways no one could imagine. Sometimes they were even punished without a reason.
Residential schools lasted for an exceedingly long amount of time, with the last one closing in 1996. That's 165 years of pain and torture that Indigenous people had to suffer through with no one coming to their aid. They were placed all over the country, with some close to us like Regina and Kamsack, and some far away like Ontario and Prince Edward Islands. That we know of, there were 139 residential schools. Over the summer, it's become increasingly clear that most of us did not know the full extent of these schools. From stories from our elders, we know that physical, sexual, and emotional abuse were rampant and death was common. Over the summer, 1,308 bodies of children who went were discovered. We've dug up 4 schools out of 139. Today we wear our orange shirts to honor everyone who faced these challenges and those children who never got to return home.